Something impossible was hurtling toward Earth. Not a meteor, not a comet, something far stranger. NASA first spotted it as a faint speck against the stars, tiny, harmless-looking, invisible to the naked eye until the numbers hit. Speed, 130,000 miles per hour. Trajectory, precise, calculated, perfect. Then the leaked images arrived. Hubble's infrared eyes had locked onto it. A comet, or something like one, with its tail pointing straight at the sun, defying physics, defying everything astronomers thought they knew. It had a name now, 3I/ATLAS, the third interstellar visitor ever recorded. But unlike its predecessors, this one wasn't passing quietly. No slow drift through the outer planets, no fading streak of ice. It was bold, director, defiant. Racing past Mars, Venus, Jupiter, threading a path that seemed deliberate. A cosmic needle stitched with uncanny precision, and just when it would shine brightest, right at perihelion, it vanished from view. Hidden behind the sun, beyond every telescope. The odds of that happening naturally? Almost zero. Inside NASA, panic simmered. Leaked frames from Hubble and the Vera Rubin Observatory circulated among top scientists. Dust streamed sunward with no gas, no venting to explain the motion. Size estimates reached up to 5.6 kilometers, larger than any interstellar object ever measured. Every pass near the sun screamed anomaly. Was this natural or intentional? Then the unthinkable happened. NASA cut the live feed. Cameras went dark mid-transmission. The world could no longer watch as 3I/ATLAS carved a path through the solar system like a probe on a pre-programmed mission. Planetary alignments, backward-pointing tail, impossible trajectory. Physics itself seemed to recoil. Questions rippled through the astronomical community. Was it natural or engineered? A visitor from the stars acting on its own? Harvard astronomer Avi Lowe ran the numbers again and again. Each calculation blinked back like a warning. Statistically impossible. Yet here it was, threading the planets like a needle guided by an unseen hand. Hit like and subscribe now to follow this story as it unfolds. Because what you're about to see could change everything. It didn't follow the same plane as other comets. It came from above, slicing across the ecliptic, a trajectory no natural body would typically follow. In October 2025, it would pass within 30 million kilometers of Mars, close enough for rovers to glimpse its shadow. Then Venus, 0.7 astronomical units away, a near brush that seemed almost purposeful. By 2026, it would skirt Jupiter within 0.3 to 0.4 astronomical units, tracing a path that mirrored the most complex spacecraft maneuvers. Every move, every pass, looked less like an accident and more like a carefully plotted course. Engineers and physicists at Harvard stared in disbelief. The path resembled meticulously calculated gravity-assist trajectories like Voyager's grand tour of the outer planets. A cosmic roadmap allowing a single object to interact with multiple worlds, gaining insight or leaving instruments in its wake. If one had the intent, technology, and knowledge to craft such a course, it could achieve feats no human-made probe could replicate without decades of planning. Tiny monitoring packages at Mars, Venus, and Jupiter suddenly didn't seem like science fiction. It was feasible and terrifying. The more they studied it, the more the object seemed to thread a needle across the solar system, perfectly aligning with planetary bodies that astronomers rarely even saw in simulations. Every orbital swing whispered the same question: natural path or deliberate design? The comet, or whatever it truly was, moved with intent. Its course intersected planets not randomly, but with astonishing precision. If natural, it was an astronomical miracle. If not, humanity was witnessing something deliberate, calculated on an unimaginable scale. The public hadn't yet grasped the magnitude. Online forums buzzed with speculation. Oddball comet, messenger of a higher intelligence, probe, warning, test. Scientists tried to stay grounded. Dust tail pointed sunward, no gas, Enormous size, statistically impossible path. Yet every fact layered more unease. Gravity alone couldn't explain it. Thermal dynamics offered no clues. Even centuries of cometary science failed to provide a model that fit all the anomalies. Observation teams scrambled, intercept trajectories, angles, simulations. 3I/ATLAS was moving too fast for any close study. Its speed, path, and timing left no margin for correction. And yet the trajectory suggested purpose, a plan woven into the solar system itself. Every planetary pass intensified the tension. Observers had only glimpses from Earth, measurements from afar, and a growing certainty. This visitor was not ordinary. Even the simplest facts unnerved scientists: inbound angle, perfect planetary flybys, skirting solar glare. Each anomaly compounded the mystery. An enormous object faster than any recorded interstellar body, following a trajectory that seemed engineered. No one had a clear answer. Every simulation, every projection suggested one thing. Whether natural or artificial, 3I/ATLAS was far from typical. Its journey wasn't chaotic, it was coordinated. Its path wasn't random, it was surgical. Scientists couldn't ignore the implications. If natural, an extraordinary accident of physics. If artificial, the stakes were beyond imagination. Every calculation chilled. Every prediction demanded attention. This was no ordinary comet. It was a puzzle, a message, a warning, or perhaps all three. Weeks passed. Astronomers calculated, debated, and watched as 3I/ATLAS surged silently across the void. Backward tail, no gas, planetary swings so precise they demanded explanation. Every screen, every data point, every observer whispered the same question: comet or something stranger? Radar arrays hummed across the United States. The space fence and high-tech tracking systems scanned every object in near-Earth orbit and beyond, cataloging, measuring, monitoring. Yet despite 3I/ATLAS's immense size, impossible speed, and near-perfect planetary alignment, there was almost no public comment. No reassurance. Military eyes were watching, quietly calculating, monitoring. Why the silence? Some suggested agencies like the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office and planetary defense teams were running a live fire test, an unscheduled stress drill against an interstellar object. Massive, fast, unpredictable. The perfect nightmare scenario, and humanity would never know it. Interception was impossible. Launch a mission now, and by the time it arrived, 3I/ATLAS would be gone, lost to the void forever. While military corridors hummed, astronomers on the ground were uncovering even stranger clues. The Vera Rubin Observatory in Chile had accidentally captured 49 pre-discovery frames during equipment tests, images of the comet long before anyone knew it existed. And in those frames, the impossible was undeniable. The dust tail pointed directly at the sun. Physics didn't allow it. Solar radiation should push dust away. Yet here it flowed sunward, without gas to drive it. Reverse emission. Anisotropic dust. And the rotation? 16 hours. Another puzzle in the mechanics of this alien traveler. The scientific community mobilized at unprecedented speed, observatories coordinated worldwide. Webb pivoted to capture infrared emissions, searching for hidden outgassing. TESS monitored subtle flickers of brightness as it spun. Swift tracked ultraviolet and X-ray interactions. Polarimetric studies analyzed reflected light to see if the surface was metallic, icy, or dusty. Every instrument, every satellite, every sensor focused on this anomaly. And the findings grew stranger. Water ice had been detected, but its composition hinted at origins far beyond our sun. Deuterium to hydrogen ratios suggested formation in a star system billions of years older than ours. Dust grains preserved from the Milky Way's infancy. Chemical fingerprints older than any planet, any comet, any object humans had studied. A cosmic fossil drifting silently into our neighborhood. Every observation raised more questions. How could dust flow sunward without gas? How could it thread planets with surgical precision? Could it be alien technology, a probe, or just a naturally impossible alignment? Models failed, simulations stumbled. Every measurement whispered the same thing. This visitor was unlike anything seen before. Teams pored over pre-covery images, tracing rotation, brightness, and trajectory, revealing a history older than the solar system itself. If its ice held molecules formed around a star with different metallicity, 3I/ATLAS might offer the first glimpse of planet formation in distant stellar nurseries billions of years ago. A relic of primordial chemistry, a messenger from before our sun existed. Every new detail reinforced a chilling truth. It was moving with purpose, natural or not, giving humanity only a fleeting chance to study it before it vanished. Observers worked feverishly. Webb hinted at exotic ices. Swift detected subtle solar particle interactions. Even rotation wobbles and reflected light variations carried messages embedded in spin, dust, and trajectory. Scientists felt it, the tension of discovering something ancient, alien, unprecedented, and still, the military silence persisted. Radar had tracked the visitor, yet no warning emerged. Satellites and observatories watched from the shadows, a giant moving too fast to stop, too strange to ignore. A live rehearsal invisible to the world. Strategic implications were enormous. This object could slip through the solar system, untouchable, delivering data, testing systems, or silently observing. The clock was already running. Every day 3I/ATLAS drew closer to the sun, its secrets half visible, half hidden. Observers chased shadows, infrared signatures, impossible clues. How did it maintain its backward tail? What did its ancient ice reveal about the earliest stars? Could humanity ever unravel its trajectory, mechanics, intent? And all the while, it surged forward, threading planets, brushing the inner solar system like a ghost. Every anomaly observed in recent years now seemed to converge on a single thread. In 2017, Oumuamua had shocked astronomers worldwide with its cigar-like shape and unexplained acceleration as it exited the solar system. A visitor from the stars, behaving in ways that defied physics, leaving humanity scrambling for explanations. 2 years later, Borisov arrived, appearing almost conventional until it unexpectedly fragmented during perihelion, exposing its inner composition, yet raising more questions than answers. These events alone had challenged long-held cometry models and forced scientists to reconsider what interstellar objects could be. And now, 3I/ATLAS arrived, combining every anomaly of its predecessors and then pushing beyond. Backward-pointing tail, absence of gas emissions, a trajectory brushing 3 planets, enormous size, and a rotation pattern that hinted at internal complexity. Taken together, the patterns suggested something deeper, something in the cosmos that humanity had yet to understand, a sequence of visitors that might follow a hidden law, an unknown architecture threading through interstellar space. Observers realized that 3I/ATLAS wasn't just another object in a sea of cosmic debris. Its timing, speed, and position suggested a choreography that went far beyond randomness. On October 29, 2025, it would reach perihelion, its closest approach to the Sun, and yet every telescope on Earth, every Hubble and Webb orbiting in silence, would be blinded. The Sun would completely block the view at the precise moment the visitor shone brightest, the moment its secrets might have been fully exposed. Was it a coincidence? Or was there a deeper reason, an intentional concealment engineered by forces unknown? The thought sent ripples of tension through the scientific community. Some hope remained. Mars rovers, orbiters circling the red planet, and even Juno near Jupiter might glimpse angles that Earth-based observatories could not. Scientists scrambled to coordinate observations, hoping for a brief window into the invisible, a fleeting opportunity to capture data before the comet vanished behind the solar glare. Every prediction model was run again. Would it fragment like Borisov, revealing a glimpse of its internal structure? Might it flare suddenly, releasing gases previously undetected, confirming natural cometary processes? Or would it glide past perihelion with eerie stability, a solid, unyielding body moving through the solar system as if indifferent to observation? As November turned into December, the comet would re-emerge. But the questions would remain, each more unnerving than the last. The chemical fingerprints of its ice, the patterns of its rotation, the remnants of interstellar dust trapped for billions of years, every measurement could rewrite the understanding of galactic history. This wasn't just science, it was a cosmic confrontation with time itself. 7 billion years of history, older than the Sun, older than Earth, hurtling through the void to reach a moment where humans could witness a trace of it. At 130,000 miles per hour, 3I/ATLAS was more than a visitor. It was a messenger. It carried evidence of stellar processes from regions of the galaxy no human probe could hope to reach. Every image, every observation forced astronomers to question assumptions about the nature of interstellar objects, the formation of planets, and the chemical evolution of the Milky Way. The leaked Hubble and Vera Rubin images had ignited the investigation, but even with the world watching, the object remained elusive. Its secrets were tantalizingly close, yet inaccessible at the most critical moments. The implications were staggering. If its chemical composition differed significantly from Earth's oceans, if isotopic ratios traced back to an alien star system, humanity would be holding evidence older than its own planet. Dust grains formed in the early galaxy, primordial water frozen in time, a relic of a stellar nursery untouched for billions of years. And it was leaving, soon to vanish into interstellar space, carrying with it answers that might never be fully revealed. Scientists debated quietly. Was it simply a comet, albeit an extraordinary one, shaped by processes and trajectories humanity barely understood? Or was it a deliberate artifact, a probe, a cosmic emissary engineered by forces capable of plotting movements across light years with precision that rivaled NASA engineers? Every anomaly, the sunward dust tail, the rotation cycle, the improbable planetary flybys, the perihelion concealment, fed the tension. Every discovery, every measurement made the universe seem simultaneously vast, ordered, and full of hidden patterns that humans were only beginning to glimpse. The anticipation was unbearable. Cameras, telescopes, and satellites poised to capture glimpses of the impossible, but with every second that ticked closer to perihelion, the certainty of invisibility weighed heavier. Observers would watch shadows, infer movements, and hope that indirect measurements could reveal the object's inner composition, its ice chemistry, its primordial dust. The cosmic clock counted down toward a moment when the brightest and most revealing phase would be entirely obscured, a blind spot engineered by nature or something else. When 3I/ATLAS re-emerged, it might fragment, shedding secrets layer by layer. Or it might glide onward unchanged, a silent courier from a galaxy's deep past, indifferent to Earth and its inhabitants. Its journey reminded humanity how fragile understanding can be, how limited perception remains when faced with the vast scales of space and time. 7 billion years of history, traveling in a streak of ice and dust, intersecting with a young solar system for mere months, offering a fleeting window to witness the unimaginable. The comet carried the weight of the unknown. Every data point, every observation frame, every spectral line pointed toward the same haunting question. What had come to visit the solar system, and why now? Was it merely a relic of ancient stars, a wanderer among billions of cosmic rocks, or was it something more? A messenger, a probe, a relic designed to test, observe, or communicate across unfathomable distances. Observers on Earth could only stare at the screens, hearts pounding, as the comet approached the Sun. The Sun, acting as an unintentional curtain, would block the revelation at the moment when understanding was within reach. And in that solar glare, the universe's secret remained just out of sight. The questions hung unresolved, the possibilities infinite, and the visitor uncatchable. Time stretched as 3I/ATLAS raced forward, carrying with it the oldest evidence humanity might ever touch. A messenger from before the sun, from before the planets, from before life itself. Its legacy would be defined not by the answers it delivered, but by the mysteries it forced humanity to confront. And even as it vanished, retreating into the void from which it came, one question remained, louder than any calculation, observation, or hypothesis. Comet, or a messenger from beyond?